Hey, what's going on, guys? Jay Will here again at Veteran Nerd Review. Getting ready to give you guys another DC McFarlane review on the McFarlane DC's Rebirth Deathstroke. Man, it's a very cool figure. I am very excited to have him. He looks awesome, and I missed out on the Deathstroke that came out a while ago. I believe he's up there in like the $140, $150 range now, so can't really just afford to splurge and get him right now. So, but yeah, they definitely hit the nail on the head with this one. It's a great secondary, a great replacement or whatever you want to call it. Looks awesome. They gave him 2 holsters this time, because I know it's one issue a lot of people complain about was that the previous Deathstroke, a lot of the swords and weapons and whatnot were just kind of like fixed in place on his belt and whatnot, and they couldn't really remove anything, or a lot of McFarlane figures just in general couldn't remove their weapons and whatnot. But with this one, they decided to go ahead and give him a sword and a knife that can both be placed in holsters on this guy, so that's pretty cool. But as usual, as always, gonna go ahead and take a quick look at the packaging here, and then we're gonna do some comparisons and take a closer look at the figure. Deathstroke's packaging comes with the standard trading card right there. Some nice artwork right there, and stands they all come with. As of course, I'm going to go ahead and leave those in the packaging because I don't want to damage or tear the papering in the back right there. Got his name in small print right there on the side. Got some artwork right there, blown up imagery of the trading card. Looking pretty good. He looks very grim and menacing right there with his one eye. Multiverse DC Rebirth Deathstroke. Yeah, same old shebang with packaging. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's bring this guy forward real quick. Do a few comparisons. I'll line him up with the Batman from his comic, or his universe, the DC's Rebirth Batman. And he's a little bit taller, yeah. I even have Deathstroke's feet spaced out a little bit further, but yeah. He's a bit taller than Batman. It's kind of different. It's kind of strange, kind of seeing how he's supposed to be this big, well, this ninja kind of stealth character or figure or whatnot. He's supposed to be like, you know, in the shadows as much as Batman or more. But yeah, he's bigger. It looks like a lot more imposing than Batman. Arms a little bit bigger and everything. And fun fact, I believe I've read that Batman has never beaten Deathstroke in a hand-to-hand fight. So as good as Batman is, he definitely has to use his Robins or his utility belt, or definitely little gadgets here and like strategies and whatnot, because he hasn't been able to beat Deathstroke in a hand-to-hand fight yet. He's that good. He's just that good of a mercenary. I'm gonna bring him out and put him next to another one of Batman's villains. Bane here. So you can see how these guys stack up. Another Batman Rogue Gallery participant right there. Bringing him back out. Oops. Don't fall on me. And I'm going to put him next to some Superman characters here. I'm going to put him next to Lobo here. And Superman himself. Because why not? So you see how those guys look. They're pretty good. Another interesting fact about Deathstroke, Deadpool from Marvel Comics is based off of him, because Deathstroke's real name is Slade Wilson, and Deadpool's name is Wade Wilson for Marvel. So Marvel pretty much took the idea of Deathstroke here and said, what if we made him like a jokester kind of guy, gave him a different color scheme with red and black instead, and made him kind of like a funny guy, a mouthy guy. And Wade Wilson was born, Deadpool. So yeah, man, he looks very nice, very slender build here. Very simple aesthetic. That's all you need for him. So he comes with his 2 weapons here. He comes with the sword that plugs in right here on his back. You kind of have it right there. We can just like fit it on this narrow part right here, so it plug in better. He can have that kind of just rest on his back right there. And he comes with this little knife here, this little tactical knife that can plug right in here to his little boot holster. It's a little tight on mine. I don't want to risk getting it stuck in there, so I only stick it in so far. LOL. And so yeah, just go ahead and leave it in just like halfway, but the holster is there for this knife. And you can take everything off, sword and knife and everything, and just take a look at this guy. Nice scales right there on that side. Nice split helmet right there. Man, if you guys watched the old Teen Titans cartoon back in the day, you remember this guy Slade Wilson was giving those kids all kinds of trouble. Like Robin and Beast Boy, Cyborg, Starfire, Raven, he was giving them the work. Especially Robin. He stayed on Robin's case pretty well throughout the series. But anyway, definitely a very fine looking athletic figure. Paint looks pretty clean all the way through. No splotches or anything that I can see so far on mine. Yeah. So let's get down to brass tacks and see what this guy can do. Articulation is pretty stellar on this guy. Just point that out before I even get to it. But yeah, his head can look up pretty far. Get a good range looking up right there. Looks down that far. Of course, side to side motion. So you get a nice little twist in there. And good range of head tilt. Good range. Kind of wish they would have given him a sniper rifle with this figure, so that way you kind of have him like posed up on like a rooftop or something, like he's getting ready to pop a few rounds at Batman, and he can kind of like have his head angled over to one side like he's getting ready to, you know, like he's gone prone or something like that maybe. That'd be awesome. I might just try to find a weapon from another figure to try to splice over this guy. But anyway, great range of motion on the neck and head area. So he does have the McFarlane wind-up joints right there. The wind-up ball-throwing shoulders. Arm moves up very far at the shoulder. A little bit further with the joint, the butterfly joint right there. Bicep swivel. Double joint elbows that bend in very far, so they can definitely like lay in completely flat against his bicep. Has the McFarlane ball joints that is like a ball, but it's split in the middle right there, so you can definitely get like a good range of motion all the way around on that. And if you get the ball to stay still and twist his hand around, you can get him into a dice rolling kind of motion, as well as a back and forth motion if you can twist his hand around. So that's cool. Good range of motion on the shoulders, arms. Torso has a good range as well. Two joints, well, two sections of the torso, so you can bend back very far. Crunches forward pretty far too, as far as you can get forward. Of course, having the two joints, he can twist on the top joint and on the bottom joint as well. So good range of that. Kicks out to the sides that far. His leg is kind of hindered on this side due to the straps right here, and it's a little bit tighter on the belt and the diaper area over on this side. But yeah, kicks out very far. He has the upper inner hidden thigh piece right there, so you get like a little bit of range right there. So yeah, just very little though. Kicks forward that far until he starts to wide joint out a little bit. Kicks backward that far. Double jointed knees that bend in very far. And then he also has the McFarlane ball joints on the ankles as well. So you can move them up and down very far with toe articulation. Of course, you know, if you can pivot the foot around on the ball, you can get different ranges of bending for the foot. So that's always nice. But yeah, definitely a very cool figure. I believe I picked this guy up for $19.99. So for the value, the amount of articulation that you get on this guy, how cool he looks, his accessories that can actually like plug in on him, and he can actually hold them and kind of be like in a resting pose or position or whatever. Very cool for the value, very worth the money, I feel like, in my opinion. So yeah, definitely a guy worth the pickup. If you guys are fans of Deathstroke and you missed out on the first one like I did. So yeah, guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts, and I will be back in the very, very near future with more reviews for you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Later.